We're on. Well, where's Linda? Or are you Linda?
I'm not, but I will be with us if you send it.
Good, Aileen? You going to get Linda or no?
Somebody asked me if it was the same lady. I said, I don't know.
Calling to order the November 15th Capital Projects and Operations Committee meeting. If there's any courtesy to the floor, not seeing any. Mr. Amelia, can we get an update on the parking garage, please?
Yes, so we're currently in the final phase of construction on the parking deck. So this would be the southwest quadrant of the garage. The phase started last Wednesday, and they are expecting to have it all wrapped up this time next week, so before
Just for
Thanksgiving.
people who aren't completely familiar with what we're doing in there, can you just describe exactly what that work is?
Sure. So it's a short-term rehabilitation project. It's not meant to be a long-term solution. They're doing a variety of repairs, including partial and full depth floor repairs in like targeted areas that were identified by the engineer. They're repairing some the T-to-T connections between the beams, crack repairs, sealant replacement. They are just various overhead repairs. They're removing spalls and loose concrete, making repairs to some of the beams and the columns, and epoxy injection some of the cracks. And they also removed and replaced the traffic deck coating on the 4 ramps with a new coating to provide better traction and slip resistance because it was fairly worn down previously.
And you said this was the final phase that they'll be wrapping up this week?
By around this time next week.
Gotcha. So everybody will be cleaned up and out of there by the end of next week.
Yep.
And I see you have the contractor there, the update on Louise Moore Park.
Yes, I do.
Can we go back?
yeah, go
What's
ahead.
the estimated life for the parking deck repairs? 5 years, is that what we said, or?
Yeah, about 3 to 5 years.
That, so I guess the question is, should we have a study done to make a recommendation? 3 to 5 years is not a long time. In fact, the people that take office in 6 weeks or whatever are gonna probably need to make some sort of a plan during their terms. Mr. G here. I guess I would suggest that at some point in the next couple of years that a study be done as to whether or not you can just make a surface lot there. What are the options?
Sure, and we're still in the process of gathering all the facts in terms of what would be the best solution for a replacement structure. But I know one of the things that we talked about last night, you raised a concern
Yeah.
about the additional balance that was left in that line item. That's something that we could look to start the engineering work on as soon as next year with the remaining funds from this project.
Yeah, because I think all the options need to be considered, and I don't. The question that I've always had is, do we even need that top deck, given all of the additional parking that we've added across the street, which didn't exist before, and the lots that go down the hill? So I don't know, but I think it's worth a study, and I would hope that the folks that are here use that, because 3 to 5 years is in county governance time, that's not very long, so hope that's something that we take a look at in the future.
Has the administration contacted any firms as far as preliminary planning for concepts of what you'd be looking to see in the future, or have you not gotten that?
No, not at this time.
Any other questions on the parking deck? Update on Louis Moore Park.
Yeah, so when we first talked about the proposed contract for a new maintenance garage at Louismore Park a couple of weeks ago, council had raised some concerns that a portion of the work was being performed by contractors that were not located within the Lehigh Valley. So since that time, we've been working with Jerry Gorski from Gorski Engineering, who's joined us tonight. He's been identifying some contractors that are more local, located within the Lehigh Valley, to perform some larger pieces of this project. We believe that for the site work, the Hillis Group, which is located in Easton, could be willing to do the work. The concrete slabs, we've been in contact with J. Dillon Concrete from Allentown. They'd be willing to perform the work. And we had talked about the plumbing and the HVAC contracts. And Gorski has been in touch with JBM, located in Nazareth, and they can perform the work within their budget.
I'm assuming you guys would be wanting to gear towards a spring start if we can get everything in order as far as approval.
Yes.
And they don't have a problem with the pre-engineered building as far as the lead times on all of that. Do you have any idea of if you got the green light to go, how long it would take to see a building?
Jared, can you speak to that?
16 weeks right now.
Okay. 16 weeks for what didn't get picked up by the microphone.
So basically, schedule-wise,
You need to come forward.
Yeah, if you could.
we would start so that we would have the foundations in the ground when the steel delivers. That's the ideal situation.
And then from that point, what is the duration of the project? About 6 months? Maybe a little more?
A little less, hopefully.
Okay.
There is construction inside the building, but not a tremendous amount. So
Gotcha.
I would say 5 to 6 months.
Perfect. So everybody that you guys picked up were able to fit inside the budget of,
Yes.
the preliminary? Perfect. Beautiful. Does anybody have any other questions on Louis Moore Park?
Yeah, the electrical, you're still bringing somebody up from down your way? Is that
Because they have the gear.
okay, they couldn't sell it to Wind Gap Electric or one of the local?
I think that would be a tremendous
Well, it's a
ask of
part,
them.
yeah, to me, it sounds like it's just a part. Can't we get the part to somebody local or? No, it's that specific that, it's okay, that's fine. First of all, I'm appreciative that you're finding local labor. That's a step in the right direction, so thank you for that. I still wish that the bidding process had gone, a little bit more smoothly and that we would have received multiple bids for the different aspects of the project. But getting the local labor from Easton and Nazareth is a good step, so thank you for that.
Anybody else? Thank you very much. Mr. Millie, anything else you want to add? Anything else that we should be on the lookout for? Capital projects?
No, not at this time.
All right.
May I ask one thing? I saw a headline that we weren't happy with the transportation plan that's come forward. Is there anything there to report that we're not getting enough funding or anything specifically that we would have liked that we're not getting?
It's just more of the same that we've seen with the prior tips and long-range plans. I think this most recent one, about 18% of the funding is dedicated solely to projects within Northampton County. And that's about half of what Lehigh County is receiving. And it's about the same as what we were receiving back in 2019 when the plan was last updated. So we've been advocating for projects, constantly, every chance we get. And we've made a little bit of progress, but it's not the impact that we were hoping for.
Well, again, was there any specific project that we would have liked that maybe we didn't get funded or that was pushed off? And what specifically are they doing or what are they getting that's so much higher of a priority in Lehigh County than what we have, what needs we have here?
Well, like we talked about last night, the county bridges is one that we've been advocating for. We certainly have plenty of need for that. We've had some that are, been closed for a decade or more that are steel truss bridges that would, we'd blow our entire budget and for one shot just to replace one of these bridges. So that's where we'd be looking to get funding from the TIP to accomplish that. We've been advocating for various interchange upgrades along the 22 corridor. 191 is one that's made it into the plan, but it's still just in the most preliminary stages at this point. And, we're seeing this plan's dedicating a lot of money towards a future study for Route 22 widening that I just can't support at this time.
So what's going on with 191, the exit ramp for 22? Is that the?
It would be looking to reconfigure that whole interchange. There's every ramp on that interchange is a problem, basically.
Yeah, the truck traffic, it was never designed for the level of truck traffic that it's getting now, and
Sure.
that's continuing to be an issue, so. Yeah, it just sounds like more of the same, it's disappointing.
Did I hear you say that you wouldn't support the widening of 22? Did I hear you correctly? Could you speak to that a
Correct.
little bit?
Well, it's from what a lot of cities experience is when you add additional lanes to these highways, it doesn't solve any congestion issues. It just winds up creating more.
Have they considered widening 78 at all?
I haven't
Since
heard,
there's room to do, or no?
I haven't heard any plans for
Could
that.
you elaborate on that, though? I'm just thinking of the Turnpike. Seems like the Turnpike's been fantastic since they widened that. What would make you say that widening it wouldn't relieve any congestion issues?
I think the reasoning behind it is a lot of people that might not have normally taken that route then suddenly want to take that route. So it's kind of a if you build it, they will come type of situation.
Okay, understandable. Anybody else? Anything?
I don't have a question on that. I have a question on the resolution for the contract. Is it intended to bring it back up on December 1st? The same contract that we had that we didn't, we tabled?
I'm assuming that resolution will be revised with the new contractors. Is that what we're talking about, Luis Moore Park?
Yes.
Yeah, I would assume we'd like to see that on the agenda for that meeting, correct?
Is that the earliest that it could be on the
Yeah,
agenda?
because tomorrow's the last meeting in November. Just take it off the table. Yeah, but they want to change the contractors that are listed.
Just amend.
Yeah, we
the
can-
res-
we
Make
can amend
amendment?
it to. Yeah, if we can just amend it that,
That level of detail typically isn't provided in these ordinances or resolutions. So I don't feel any changes would need to be made to the resolution itself.
Okay,
He didn't need to.
yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to get the procedure done so that so we'll just untable it.
Does it have to
I
come
don't
off the table?
I think so, since
Is it
we
on the
just
agenda for
untabled.
tomorrow?
Huh?
Well, it was on the agenda
It was on
2
the
weeks ago.
agenda a couple weeks ago,
3 weeks ago?
and we're just untabling it.
good? All right, motion to adjourn. Don't need one, committee. Adjourned. Thank you.
I will be here at 6:45.